Hey, good morning, y'all. Welcome to, oh, I messed that up. Hey, let's try that again. There we go. Welcome to Heavy Cardboard. It's y'all and me. And then Kyle later, and then just me again. So it's a busy day today. We got 3 streams for you. Starting off today, Barcelona, designed by Dani Garcia and published by Board Dice. Now, it was night before last. We did a 3-player game of this, and during the round table, it occurred to all of us that we didn't talk about different player counts. So I'm gonna do that partially, and if Shrey and Derek make it into chat today, they'll chime in as well. I haven't played it 4-player. I've played it 2, I've played it 3, about to play it solo, which is really kind of 2, but anyway, I digress. So hopefully y'all are with us today. We have this. And then today at 1 o'clock, 1300, we have Lacuna with Kyle and I. And then at 1400, 2 o'clock, the unboxing of my most anticipated game, probably of all time, Mr. President. Looking forward to that. But right now, it's all about Barcelona. So I'm ready. Hopefully, y'all are ready. Like, subscribe, consider supporting the show, all that fun stuff. Let's go ahead and do this. All right. So I'm going to teach the solo game. I'm mostly going to do it as we play. However, I will give you an overview. If you watched this the other night, then hey, guess what? You're going to get it a different way, but you're going to learn it again today. All right, so what are we looking at? We have the main board here at Barcelona, victory point track, round the outside, round the outside, round the outside. It goes up to 100 or 400, as it were. All right, so yeah, the highest I've scored, I think, is 237 or 232. It was one of those. Derek and I, when we played it 2-player. This is effectively a 2-player game, the solo I'm talking about. It runs through a solo deck, which is, you know, kind of the AI, named Gowdy, all right, which was one of the most prominent architects back in the day here for Barcelona. Gowdy is going to be playing purple. I thought it showed up pretty well on camera, and I'm playing my yellow/orange whatnot. All right, then we have the different blocks. The blocks are made up of 2 different types of buildings. We have the full block buildings, these out here. We also have these corner buildings. Now, these are the actual, why reach? Here we go. These are the actual buildings that we're going to be building, and then the little corner blocks right there. So Gowdy and I both are going to be building those. Obviously, the corner ones only go in the corner spaces. The full block only go on the full block. All right. In between all of that, we have roads. Now, there are 2 different sizes of roads. There are skinny roads. There are thicker roads, or I've been calling them avenues and boulevards. That's a me thing. I'm just saying. These bit wider roads and the thinner, smaller roads. So on our player boards, we have smaller roads, avenues, and boulevards. Okay, so we're going to be placing those out there. We have bonus points, which anytime you see blue little clovers like this, those are going to be in during the game victory points. And anytime you see the red clovers, as you can see like right here, but it'll be a little bit darker, those are going to be end game points for Gowdy and I. All right, so we have first time somebody builds in that row, you're going to score 5 points. Then we have the randomly put out here, and legitimately randomly put out here, actions. Now, there are some that are printed on the board, but I've played this a number of times now, so we'll vary it up, change these up. If you saw this the other day, this is actually a random different score setup there. We have the Serta track, not Lacerda, but Serta track, which is going to be multipliers for various scorings that are going to take place. Then down here at the bottom, we have the Citizen track. So The upper class, or the blue citizens, will go in the top row. The middle class will, wait for it, go in the middle. And the working class will go, the green will go in the bottom. Now, this is also going to double up as the scoring. So whatever the lowest number is when we build buildings is what's going to be scored for all of us. And then these are the legitimately randomly put out here end of round scoring tiles as well. Then we have the sideboard. The sideboard is made up of a number of different things. We have the cobblestones, which these are just going to be bonuses that we're going to be able to get as we place out cobblestones. Going to be placing these orthogonally adjacent out here, starting from the starting spot. We have public service buildings. There are, in a two-player game, again, which is what this effectively is, there's only the 3-cost and the 2-cost buildings there. The ones are not in the two-player game. Then we have modernism tiles, or endgame scoring, because again, you see that red clover at the top. Those are going to be scoring tiles for us at the end of the game. These we're going to be able to acquire through actions and score points and do other various things. And then the buildings on the left side are the prerequisites, or I guess in the center of the corner buildings. The prerequisites are 2 citizens, or possibly 3 citizens of any color, a pink or middle class in any color, a blue in any 2 others. All right. Then the benefits are going to be on the right-hand side. So that's everything you're looking at except for our player board. So I'll go over that briefly. At the very bottom, we have ownership markers for the buildings. Now, the far left 3 have 2 each, and then 1. Then we have our resource track. You only have room for resources based on if you've placed cobblestones out, otherwise you're locked at 4. As you place a cobblestone out, hey, you have more room for more resources. The 2 resources in this game are cloth and coins. I'll probably say gold, but coins. You have 4 avenues stacked up in the left column, 6 in the right, and then 5 boulevards. Then we have 5 intersections. When we place these out on the board, it's always going to go from left to right, paying any shown cost at the top in resources. Then we have passengers. The passengers are going to be placed out when we move our trolley, going left to right, and then paying whatever the cost is associated. If you can't pay the cost, you can't do the action. And then our end game modernism tiles. So here, will go. These can be placed in any one, except you got to pay the cost when you place it. So if you want to place your first one here, you can do so. You just got to pay the cloth and the coin. And then finally, we have the multiplier for in-game points. You'll notice that some of them are 1 and 2, some are 2 and 3, 2 and 4, but you have to pay the cost to be able to move them up when you take the associated action. And finally, we have the familia track, the cathedral track up there. So every time you advance 1 space. When you cross one of these spots, you're then going to be able to purchase, or acquire, I should say, not purchase, one of the tiles. These are the 4 that Gowdy can get, and these are the ones that I can get. And you must get these in order, meaning I have to get the 1 before I get the 2, then the 3, and then finally the 4. All right, so that is everything you're looking at except for the resources there. Now, how do you actually play this game? I'm going to briefly touch on this, and then we're going to rock and roll. All right, so the turns, both of us will take the same thing mostly. Place 2 citizens on an empty crossing, and then get the actions where those intersect. Then you must construct a building if possible, and then you draw 2 citizens. That's it. It's those 3 steps. Pretty straightforward. Now, for Gowdy, he's going to use his deck of cards here, and we'll cover that when it's his turn. But as it is, that's good enough to get started. Place your bets over under, Glory to Rome's 1.5. I tend to not use a lot of those when it's just me playing solo. So hopefully, y'all are picking me because I'm a whoop Gowdy's butt today. Okay? I actually am out of bubble gum. So there's nothing left to do but me to beat up on Gowdy. Sorry, Gowdy. Not really. All right. We start with the first player token. I guess I ought to kind of cover his board too. All right. So Gowdy's board, let's go ahead and recenter that a little bit. There we go. This is Gowdy's board. Now, you'll notice that down here in the corner, it shows the one player. And then in the bottom of the corner on mine, right here, right there, it shows 2 to 4. Now, because technically we're playing a 2-player game, I play on the 2-player side, Gowdy plays on the Automa side, all right? It looks very similar for the most part. It's got some reminder stuff here for us, but Cobblestones, notice his income. He never will get he will never get coins or cloth. Instead, he will get victory points. I'll talk about that in a second. But here you go, putting passengers. So his board looks very similar, and it's set up similar to ours, but not exactly. All right. He will always stack his citizens with blue on top of pink on top of green. And yeah, there you go. Now, the game does scale. As far as difficulty, there's a number of things you can do, but in the solo rules, which has its own little booklet, it says you can choose every time Gowdy would get coins or cloth, he would score 2, 3, or 4 points respectively. We'll just play on the normal difficulty, so it's easy, normal, and hard. And then there's other stuff that and I'll talk about that at the end, that you can do to scale the difficulty up. But I have a reminder set up for me for 3 points anytime Gowdy gets coins or cloth, okay? So y'all, your job is to help me remember that. And Gowdy's meeple is the one that's out here in the middle to start with. This is basically going to dictate where his stack of citizens will go, as well as when he's going to take actions, where he's going to take actions. And we'll go through that together, all right? Okay, all right. All right. Sorry, Jonathan. All right, so let's go ahead and begin. So to start, I have already randomly drawn. I got a blue and a green citizen. So we will go through this. We'll step through it slowly for the first turn. Place 2 citizens on an empty crossing. Now those get stacked up. One on top of the other. It's my choice in the order of that. It must be in an empty intersection. And if the crossing contained an intersection meaning one of these, whether it's mine or Gowdy's, then that player will gain a benefit. But obviously there won't be one to begin the game, so we can skip that. Then the current player performs applicable actions. Okay, so this is going to be the intersections. So I'm going to place, I think I'll put the green actually on top. Now I can place out here on any of these intersections, right? Any of these spots out here, including the one where Gowdy's meeple is. But wherever I place, I'm going to take the actions. So, you know, both column-wise, so one of those, as well as row-wise, and possibly diagonal, which down here, there we go. That's probably a little bit better for y'all. Down here in the bottom left-hand corner, so we have cloth and some victory points, all right? Well, I'm not going to be able to build a building. We know this because you need at least 2 stacks of citizens out here on the vertices, if you will, the corners. So all I'm thinking about is actions. Now, last game, if you watch the multiplayer, I went heavy on the intersections and passengers. I would like to see how well I can do for these scorings. Also, one thing I did not mention, probably important, is the game takes place over 3 rounds, okay? And we just keep alternating turns until one of these rows is filled. When it's filled, that's going to trigger the scoring for the end of round. And we play over 3 rounds, then we go into final scoring. So these have come out to where this is for every empty stack of ownership markers. Those are these down here at the bottom. So, I mean, it's a goal, but I don't think I'm going to focus on that one. This one is boulevards, so wide streets, and this one is pushing to the top all of our scoring markers, or as many as we can. So if we're going to push those up, I think we ought to focus on trying to get in-game scoring tiles. So if we're going to do that and pushing one up, you know what? That seems like a pretty great place to go, because we get a tile and we get to push the scoring up on it once. So yay, that's awesome. So let's do that. So I chose to place it here. If you cover anything, you pay that amount, a buck or whatnot. But as it is, I'm not. So there, and then I can do that in either order. Okay, how about we take a tile, and then wherever we place it, we bump that one. Okay, sounds like a good idea. So of the modernism tiles, the ones that are out there, so obviously, well, not obviously, but they will get replenished immediately as well as completely wiped at the end of a round. This is wherever you are on the CERTA track at the end of the game. This is how many public service buildings, these buildings right here, have you gotten. This one is taking tiles. How many of those tiles do you have? And that is placing passengers out there whenever you take the trolley action. I don't know about y'all, but considering that one's out there, that kind of makes a lot of sense. Let's go ahead and focus on that. So we will go ahead and grab that one. And when we do so, we add a new one. This is chained boulevards, meaning boulevards in a line. There can be a maximum of 4, even though you have 5 of them. So, okay, hey, cool. I like that that one came out as well. And now, where do we place this? Okay, we could place it here. We don't have to go left or right. And we're going to be able to place, raise the scoring marker as well. Now, here's the downside. I would love to go do this one right here, which costs 1 gold and 1 cloth, which I still might. I have 1 gold and 1 cloth, or 1 coin, to start with. But the problem is I can't push this up because then I'm going to need another cloth. Well, you know what? I think I will go ahead and go there, which will cost me the coin, pay that, and then I will push that one up for free. So that's going to be a total of 4 points per one for a maximum of 20 points. If I were to put it there, that would be a maximum of 24 points, correct? Right? 3, 6. No, that'd be 30. You know what? Better yet, how about we do this? We'll go and put it on this one. This is, am I going to get 5 of them? Yeah, I think we will. I think we will put it there, covering, so I'm going to have to pay that as well. I'm not going to push that one up yet, but I will go ahead and push that one up, and because that's free. Good, I'm happy with that. All right? All right, so we've done this action, we've done that action. Okay, so now that we have done those things, construct a building if possible. Well, I've already covered that I can't because there's only 1 set of citizens out there. Draw 2 citizens. Okay. And because Gowdy at least is honorable and doesn't look over at my player area, we can turn these face up. He won't cheat. So, pink and green, so middle and lower class. Okay? All right. It is now Gowdy's turn. So, we will run through how Gowdy takes a turn after I take a sip of tea. Oolong, by the way, with a touch of milk and sugar today. All right. So, first things first is Gowdy has a deck of cards right here. Okay, they look like this on one side, and you'll notice for choosing which tile he's going to take is up there, as well as tiebreaker directional help will be on that, and then order of buildings will always be that, okay? Then on the flip side is whatever the action is that he's going to take. So we'll go and shuffle these up real quick. Okay, so we have done this. We will put this back out, and I will try and stay out of the camera's way. First things first, We flip that over. Boom. So we have done that. And now move Gowdy's meeple to a new empty street crossing, selecting as, okay. So first thing we need to do is move his meeple. And then we'll draw and stack 2 citizens and place them wherever Gowdy's meeple is. So every turn, he's going to move his meeple to a new intersection, all right, that doesn't have citizens, because you can't place citizens where there already are citizens. Everybody knows that, duh. He first looks at a street crossing that fulfills one of the conditions in the following priority order. Here we go. Does Gowdy have his own intersection tile? So he's going to move 1 space. So no, 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 and no, because obviously he doesn't have any intersections out. Then, will Gowdy be able to construct a building at the end of his turn? Oh, by the way, and also these are viable movement spots as well. The answer is yes. He would be able to build a building here or here. Okay. Okay. If there's a tie between, and the third one is a street crossing that you don't have an intersection tile, meaning me. So these are the 2 viable actions. Then from there, or 2 viable spots, I should say. We look at the top card on here. It's pointing to the bottom left, and then we would move clockwise from there. So bottom left, okay, Gowdy is going to move right there. Done. He never pays coins or cloth. All right, so easy enough. Good. All right, so now we're going to draw 2 citizens out of the bag for Gowdy. And the hierarchy is always the higher color on top. So in this case, it is blue on top of pink, and that'll go right there. Okay. Hey, Alyssa. Morning. All right, so now, what is the action? Well, there are 2 actions on this card. As long as you can do one of them, you do the card. If you cannot do either, or sometimes there's only one thing on the card, then flip a new card and do the action and keep doing that until you can do at least one of them. So in this case, this is build narrow streets and then boost one of the tracks. Okay, so building streets, he's going to prioritize spaces with benefits, all right? And it will always be following the arrow and wants to build next to his meeple. Okay, so we're going to take 2 of the streets, the narrow streets from his board, going to prioritize things. So he would get a cloth there, but what did we say? It's 3 points for every cloth or coin that he would get. That was paying a coin, so he doesn't get anything from there. And okay, if must choose between several options. So now his options for building the street are here, here, or here. But he will prioritize again anything that gives him stuff and then rotating clockwise. So clockwise would be there. Now, when he builds streets, he also gets a point for every street in that row and column. And boulevards would get him 2 points per. Same with me, but 1 point and 1 point for a total of 2 points. Done. Okay. And then Gowdy, that is placing the 2 streets, nothing else. And the next thing is he goes ahead and boosts one of his tracks. And notice the arrow is pointing from left to right. Boop. Done. Okay, that's it. Now, he does not carry out the actions where the intersection is. Instead, he does what the AI deck says. Okay. Done. So that's Gowdy's turn, our turn. He doesn't draw meeple or citizens at the end because I don't get to see what it is that he's going to put out. So now he builds. Okay. So building follows mostly the same stuff as us. select a space, place a building, or overbuild. Overbuild meaning if you built a level 1 or a green one, you can build a pink or a blue on top if you so desire, if there are citizens available and you meet the prerequisites. And then move citizens to their corresponding tracks, gain victory points, and check if a scoring phase has been triggered. Okay. So, are there at least, is there a citizen on at least 2 corners? Yes. Okay. So, these 2 corners correspond to this building and this building. So which one does he build? Well, we take a look at where... that's right. It's over here. I had to remember where the priority marker was. Blue, then pink, then green, then corner. Well, all right, that's the priority. So it's always going to be top to bottom as I have them laid out over here. All right. So he needs to build a blue building. He needs 3 citizens, one of which must be blue. Nope, can't do that one. To build a pink one, he would need 2, one of which is pink. Nope, can't do that one. We reached one we can do. So 2 citizens of any color, and he goes up 1 step on the Serta track. There. All right. So the only place he can build is going to be there. We take the green and the blue, and then we're going to place it down here onto the citizen track on the leftmost spot available. Now, you'll see that a bunch of these citizens are already out here. That's because they're preloaded based on player count. So in a 2-player game, all of those, that one, and those as well. All right, so we've now placed the citizens. What's the lowest victory point number that we see on any of these tracks? That is 2. So he's going to score 2 points plus 5 because it's the first building in that row. So that's going to be a total of 7 points there. Okay. So now what else? Let's see. So we've done A, we've done B, we've done C, we've done D. And then finally, the benefits, by the way, are whatever's on the building tile itself. And E is, hey, has a scoring phase been triggered? What that means is any one of these 3 rows filled? The answer is no. If the answer were yes, we would then trigger at the end of the round. But it's not. He's done. Almost. And an ownership marker from the leftmost spot goes on to that building. All right. Hey, Christos. All right. Appreciate y'all stopping by. Sure, if you can, it's called eminent domain, right, Rocky? Right? All right, so it's our turn. All right, I would like to be able to build. I would be able to build a pink building or a green or a corner. Nothing out here cares about whether or not we build a corner or not as far as like endgame scoring or end of round scoring. So effectively, building a corner is as valuable as building a regular building. In a sense that I won't get the benefits that are on the higher buildings. I get that. But if I were to build in this row, I also would score the 5 points because it's a new row, whereas this one I wouldn't if I were to build like there. So I think going here. The problem with going here is I would love to be able to get another endgame victory point and a public works building. The problem is to go here costs $1 and a public works building costs $3. That's 4. I have 0. So we're not going here. Okay. Going here, I'd be able to place a cobblestone. So that's not terrible. Placing a cobblestone out here would get me a coin. And then I wouldn't be able to build that. So that doesn't seem so hot either. Okay, let's keep moving on. If we were to come here, that would get us a bump on one of our tracks. We have no cloth, so that's not great. But we could get coins. Okay, this is not ideal. However, placing an intersection and a boulevard, not a terrible idea. We know I'm going to need a bunch of cloth to bump these up, which I'm going to want to do for sure. I need a bunch of cloth to do that. And so, you know what? I think I'm going to forego building. Alas. All right. I'm going to put the pink on top, and I'm going to choose to go up here. I'm going to be able to place an intersection and place a boulevard. Both of those things are going to get me a bunch of resources. That seems good, because I'm going to need that. So we'll start with the intersection, I think. So I'll take the leftmost intersection here. And, oh, if I place it there, I can't put the, oh, can I build an intersection where I just put citizens? I believe you can. Yes, place it under them. Okay. Cool. So I will. So I'm actually going to place citizens right on it. And then, by doing so, any bonuses that are adjacent to that intersection, I gain immediately. So, hey, gain a couple cloth. That seems cool. That's good. So, gain 2 cloth. Now, if on a subsequent turn, I go ahead and place citizens or Gowdy does, in that case, if either of us do that, I get to choose any one resource or any one that's uncovered. Right now, it'd just be straight up a coin, but not going to happen currently, but just for later. The second thing I can do is place a boulevard. So I will take the boulevard and I can place this anywhere out here. I need coins. We've established this. So there is that one that gets me 2 coins. There's that one that gets me 2 coins. And there's that one that gets me 2 coins. We're going to choose one of them. So I'll just go ahead and throw the coins down now. And yeah, I think I'll just straight up go there. All right, done. We've done that. We've done that. Oh, you know what? I just realized I still can build a building. You might be asking yourself, how can he build a building when he placed up here and he has to have citizens on 2 corners? Well, glad you asked. Just because I place them doesn't mean I have to build there. I can build down here because they're citizens. So literally the only place I can build is that corner building. I will do so. So I totally forgot about that. So winning me, yay. Only one I can build is this. There are 2, so I will grab that. That will go over. I get no benefit for doing so. I do place an ownership marker on it, though, and that citizen comes off, that citizen comes off, and they go on to their respective tracks. All right, to the leftmost spot, lowest number we see is 3. 3 plus 5, that sounds like 8 points to me. So there we go. That's a little bit better. I like that. Okay. Happy. Still no scoring phase. I'll draw 2 citizens. We got a pink and a green that came out. All right, we're done. Gowdy's turn. Hold on, let me make sure. Very first thing is draw and flip, right, then move the meeple. All right, so moves. So his own intersection tile doesn't have any out, okay. The next one is construct a building at the end of the turn. Well, he's not going to be able to because I've there are no citizens down here, and he's not going to be able to. He would, if he builds here, it's still too far away from that. And then the street crossing does not have any of your intersections. Well, there are none. Okay, so if he's here, we now look at Gowdy's arrow, top left, and then clockwise from there. So top left, clockwise, boom, he's going to go to right there. So he draws 2. Pink and blue. Blue goes on top because of the hierarchy. All right, done. So now he carries out his actions. He goes on the Sagrada Familia track and bumps the leftmost. Okay, these are really easy. So left, that crosses there. So when that crosses, he's going to get one of those Sagrada Familia tiles, and then the leftmost there, we'll go ahead and save ourselves some camera flipping. So there we go. All right, so what one does he take? The 1, and remember, it's always the point ones are the ones that it said to do. So it's 5 points. That flips over, done, and 3, 5. Okay, that wasn't so bad. And now he builds if he can. We've established he can't build. He's done. It's our turn. Okay. Hey, Marcus. All right. Well, we have some resources, and we have no more room for more resources, so we need to spend these resources. Spending the resources, like bumping these up, seems good. Placing out passengers seems good. I mean, there's a million things we want to do. And looking, that's good. I really don't care much about this first scoring. I probably should, but I just don't. I want to focus on these two. So putting out boulevards and getting those pushed up. Okay. So where would I be able to build when I place? So if I place on any of those 5, I would be able to build up there. And to gain benefit of that, I could place on any of those. Okay. So I got a lot of options here. What do we want to do? Taking another tile. I mean, we could actually place here, get another tile and get a bump and overbuild on that. Huh. That's not terrible. We forego the 5 points, though, by overbuilding, but we would get that. And I don't know. I mean, that I did say that was the focus, right? And that's going to power through a bunch of our resources, which is a good thing, because spending resources means I'm doing the stuff that I want to do. Getting down these tiles, though, the cobblestone tiles, honestly, in a perfect world, I would like for him to put something down, because then it would give us more range. So you know what? I think we could... Oh, you know what? Hold on one second. If I were to go... Oh, that's an even better idea. There we go. Settled. So we will... And what is below that? That is a pink. So I will put the pink on top. And we will go right there. So that's going to get us a trolley action, as well as grabbing another tile. Let's figure out which tile. The boulevard kind of makes sense, right? Because we're wanting to put those out anyways. The passenger one, the public work, definitely not the public works one. The certificate, no, I think we stick with that one. I think we go there. We'll grab replacement. That is 2 points per cloth, maximum of 5 at the end of the game. So where are we going to place this? I'll figure that out in a minute, based on the rest of my turn on my resources. Okay. So that one is done. Next is the trolley. Now the trolley starts off board, and you place it anywhere you want on the board for your first time. So placing it, wherever you place it, you're going to get another action. So if I were to place it here, you don't place it at intersections, you place it on the sides, you know, in between there. And then you get whatever the action is. So if I were to start it, say, right here, I would get that action anyway. Pretty cool. But to be able to do all this, you got to spend resources. So the leftmost passenger is going to cost me 1 coin. So there's that. Okay, I've paid for this. And if I stop where on any one street, so let's say I choose to put my trolley right here and drop passenger off, doesn't matter if it goes there or there, it technically is actually on the street itself. You get the idea. That street scores again as if it were just placed. If there were already 3 out there adjacent or, in that row, that would score 4 points because it's 1 point per road. So he would score 4 points. If it were mine, it would be I score 4 points. But as it is, it'd be a single point. So doing that's not the end of the world. But I don't really like the idea of just giving him free points. So I said I wanted to stay on target. So I'm thinking, looking at what the available actions are, the fact that this and this are so far away, and I imagine people are going to wonder, you do not get the benefit of that. You only get it when you cover it or when you place an intersection adjacent to it. So I think I'm going to want money too. So I think I will go there, place passenger, done, and now I get that action. That action is going to cost me some number of resources. And even though I have the resources to do 1 and 1, I only get to do this once. And I am going to need one of those if I choose to drop off another passenger. So I think I'll go ahead and just spend the 1. And now, at the end of the game, every one of these tiles is going to score me 6 points. Okay, so these are the resources that I have left. Over. And I already got this one pushed up. I have the coin. I think I'll go ahead and pay the coin and have him put it there. Done. All right. Now we must build. Well, we can. We've established that. So I will go ahead and build, I think, the pink building, which is going to get us a Sagrada Familia track bump. It's also going to drop us 1 on the Serta track. So going there. So we will drop 1 on the Serta track, which I don't care about this scoring. I've established that. So if that's the case, then dropping a little bit, no big deal. It's not going to hurt us. Okay. We also get 1 there. I'll come back and get that in a minute. And then it's cost 1 pink and 1 other. There and there. And because those colors worked out so perfectly covering those up, the lowest value we see over here is 5. Awesome. So 5, and it's the first one here. So that's going to be a total of 10 points for us. Yay. And we put a marker out to show we own it. And by doing so, we uncovered that, which says, hey, bump up 1 on the Serta track. Okay, cool. So 10 points for us, up to 18. Somebody's closer. And now we choose a Sagrada Familia. So we have to choose one of the 1s, obviously. We don't care about the scoring as far as the Serta track this round, really. So that pretty much limits us to 1 choice, which is that one. So that'll be a coin or a cloth and 3 points. 3 points. That will go there. Coin or a cloth. A coin's nice because we could place citizens out there. Where is it we're going to want to go? And this would get us another cloth at the cost of a coin. I think we take the coin. I think so. That cobblestone, bumping 1 of those and another. Yeah, I feel pretty good about that. All right, we draw 2 citizens. Okay. Ba-dum-bum-bum, Rocky. We have a green and a green. All right. Where's he going to roll to? His own intersection? Oh, first things first. Flip. Sorry. He's going to place a boulevard and another Sagrada movement. So here, I'm just going to go ahead and bump. That's easy enough. He didn't cross anything. Done. So his own intersection, be able to construct a building, and not one of my intersections. Okay. So he would be able to build a building if he moved there, if he moved there, or if he moved there. Okay. Where's the arrow? Arrow's pointing directly to the right. We start there. There, would he be able to build a building? The answer is yes. He will move there. Pretty easy. Pretty straightforward on that one. So pink and green, pink on top. And now he's going to place a boulevard. Placing the boulevard. And this is prioritizing spaces with benefits. And it's from his meeple. We've already established that to the right is what he is looking to do. So he will do that. He'll get one bump on the Serta track. And he placed that. That's going to be 2 points for all the total. That's the first one. So 2 points. Done. And we've already done the Sagrada Familia track. He's done. So now he's going to build. But there are 2 viable building spots now for him. There's that and that. So a moment while we look this up. And I want to actually, hold on. If the chosen building type can be built on 2 or more blocks adjacent to Gowdy's meeple. Well, okay, this one in the hierarchy, again, obviously is going to be a pink one because there's only 2 around that. So he's going to build that one. So he's going to, he never drops. One thing I didn't cover is he never drops on the Serta track. It's only a one-way trip for him. So he will not drop down. So, okay. He is going to get 1 bump on the Sagrada Familia track. So he will get that tile, which is going to be 7 points. So we'll go ahead and give him his 7 now. 1, 6, and 7. He's going to take the 2 tiles. They're both pink. That is going to trigger the end of a round. And then the lowest number visible is a 6. So he's going to score 6 points for that. That's already been flipped, so it's just straight up 6 points. 4, 5, 6. His ownership marker, it did, by doing that, clear another Serta track bump. So there. And he's done, because we already gave him his Sagrada Familia. All right. So now it's the end of the round. So let's go through what the end of the round means. Okay. So let me point something out, Bart. Okay? Have fun, Alyssa. Sounds fun. All right. See you later. Be safe. All right. Bart says also could have overbuilt here or no, he couldn't have overbuilt there, but could have overbuilt there. But it's adjacent to his meeple. So I want to make sure it's not explicitly saying in the rule book. And in fact, I'm going to look on BGG. I have that up right now. Give me 1 second to double check that. Looking for... Okay, yeah, somebody asked this. They will always try and build, Gowdy will always try and build adjacent to his meeple first. And then we'll work further away. So his meeple being here, therefore this gets priority. If he couldn't have built there, then we would have gone out further looking around. And it's not always using the citizens that Gowdy just placed. Okay? Hopefully that's clear. Hopefully that makes sense. All right? Okay. So, here we go. First things first, we score it. Well, All right, let me go through his scoring. Whenever assertive scoring occurs, Gowdy receives victory points equal to the assertive tile multiplied by his position on the assertive trap multiplied by the GR value. So, which is the, what difficulty level? So we're playing on the 3-point level. So it's going to be 3. He has hit the 2, so that's 6. Times the number that's up above here. So that is 3 times 2, which is 6, times the base number, which is 3, 18 points. 3, 5, 10, 15. That's his assertive scoring. Our assertive scoring is 3 points for every empty stack. We have 1 empty stack. Hey, all right, I'll take it. That's 3. We are currently at a 1 time because we're not at the 0 at least, but we're there, so we're back where we started. So it's 1 time times 3 points. Hey, it's 3 points. I'll take it. That's fine. We're good. Okay. So now we clear all of the modernism tiles and then put out 4 new ones. And then we reset back to the starting spot. Unless you are below that. If you are on any of those, you do not. Now, obviously, Gowdy will never do that because his is a one-way trip, right? It only goes up. Okay? All right. So these will clear. I'm just going to bring them over towards me because I might have to shuffle them. Actually, I won't. So, depending on how many we take, I might. So, all right, what do we have here? Customers that are adjacent to 2 or more buildings, 3 points. Every corner building you've built, 1 per block. 2 points for every coin, maximum of 5, and that is intersections that are adjacent to one another. I'm sorry, that is, no, not intersections, I apologize. That is buildings, ownership. Full buildings, not corner buildings, okay? All right. Okay. All right, so that was his turn. He triggered the scoring. We have 2 rounds left. Oh, and one other important distinction, regardless of player count. Now we are starting to build, we're into round 2. If we play, if we use pink citizens to build, they will go here. If we use green or blue, they will go there respectively. So that even though we're in round 2, you don't start here, you still fill emptiest spots, okay? All right, important distinction. All right, we have a couple of green. We do have a pink up here. Being able to build that wouldn't be terrible. Except now I do care about the scoring because it's 2 points per boulevard. And going up on the Serta track would be nice. And building the pink or the blue buildings, more points and better stuff, but you drop on the Serta track. So, all right. Well, that's kind of interesting. We could... I could make a case for here. I could definitely make a case for there. I think that case is about to get made. I like the idea of placing a boulevard. It's not only going to get us points, it's going to allow us to move our trolley easier and quicker. And the smaller roads, the avenues, will get us resources. And we would get an extra resource that, I just think so. So that placing there, it's going to cost us 1 coin. Now we're placing a boulevard and 2 avenues. So the 2 avenues and the boulevard. Do it in any order, however I wish. All right. Well, I already have for adjacent boulevards scoring tile, so it makes sense to keep this going in that line. I could get the Serta bump, and why wouldn't I? Yeah, let's just do that. So that's going to be 2 4 points and a Serta bump. Okay, so Serta and 4 points. And then for these, there is no scoring tile currently for these bad boys. I could just straight up get 2 coins. Oh, also, I am going to get this, which is 3 points and a cloth. 3 points. I have room for 2 coins. Do I just straight up take the coins? I could get a cloth here. I could get 2 cloth. I'm going to need a total of 5 cloth for sure, probably 6. So I think the cloth makes sense. All right, there. And you know what? I think I will actually place it there. That's 1 point for that one and 1 point for that one. So it's a total of 2 points. That's 1 more cloth and 1 coin. Limited on space. I need to get some of those out. Okay. Oh, that's a good point. Back up 2. That spot now will score me 6. That only scores me 2. Good call, boy. Thanks. All right. Done. And now we're going to build. The only possible spot I can build is right there, and I'm happy to do so. So that'll be a corner. Another ownership marker, because I'm eyeing that corner building one. That is the pink and the green. That is going to be 6 points, and it's the first one there, so it's going to be 11 all day, 4 and 7. And we'll draw our 2 citizens. What do we got? Green and blue. All right. He is going to move. His own intersection, he has none out. Be able to build a building. Okay. So he would be able to build a building. Let's look. Here. Yeah, because he could build this corner. He can't build on any of those because they would be currently only green, so we don't know. Oh, that's interesting. Because flip the deck first. Okay, I keep forgetting that. Okay, so he's going to take the rightmost and place it. You know what? Actually, no. I'm sorry. Slow down, Edward. He's taking that tile because that's the one it's showing, and you fill in from the far right. So in from the far right, he took the passenger one. Okay, and now new tile comes out, which is adjacent avenues, the narrow street. There we go. Yes, I realize I just did his action before, but it's simple, so fine. So, but the important thing here is draw and flip the card, then move his meeple, then draw citizens. And the reason I'm pointing this out, the distinction here, if this corner wasn't there, right? If this were just, yeah. or if this corner were already built. This would not be a valid movement spot because the only way that he would be able to build overbuild on this is if this were a pink citizen, and we don't know what color he draws. So that would not be a viable spot, but it is a viable spot now because of the corner. Okay, so he could move there. He could move there because of that corner. He could move there because, yeah. So there's multiple spots, moral of the story. And looking at his card, we start straight up. So we look straight up. Is that viable? Right here. Yes, because there would be two corners, so he's going to move right there. You got a blue and a pink. Blue on top. All right. We've already done his action. Easy enough. Easy peasy. Lemon squeezy. And now he's going to build. Where can he build adjacent to this? He can build two different options. He could build there or there, but we know that the corner is always the lowest value or the lowest priority, and that is a blue and a green. Well, that means it can only be a green that will go there. So it will go there. He will get one bump on the Serta track. We will take that and that. That'll come down. The green goes there. The blue goes there. He's going to score 6 and nothing else. 3, 4, wrong color, sorry, 6. There, and he will place his ownership marker. Done. All right. He is done. It is our turn. I keep waiting for him to put out damn tile, and he's not. He's not cooperating very well. Oh, all right, so we have a blue. The interesting thing to note here, if we were to place here, we could overbuild that with a blue. And placing it there would offset the penalty for building a blue building because it would normally drop us down 2, but we would get 2 for that. And the extra 7 points. And again, there's no reason why we want to be building necessarily. So maybe I'm focused on the wrong thing. Building is points, no doubt. But the thing is, oh, and that's out of the game. Get rid of that. But the thing is, I think I should be staying on target and focusing on the stuff I want to do, which are those. Okay. And if we can build while also doing that, score. So, going there won't allow us to build. Maybe we ought to, we still have a little bit of time. I think maybe placing a boulevard. Unfortunately, going here would give us a coin. We don't have room for the coin. Oh, you know what, though? If I were to go here, that would get us a cobblestone, which will give us a, yeah, you know what? And put out a boulevard. That seems good. Let's do it. So we will go blue. Nah, we'll go green. It'll get us an extra point. But if I do, no, he still won't be able to build the big building. Yeah, I like that idea. We'll go there. All right, so placing a boulevard and a cobblestone. So the cobblestone, he outweighted me. Serta or gold? Not going to take the gold. So I think if I were to go Serta there, this, yeah, I think we'll take the Serta track right there. So that goes there. All right, there's the cobblestone. And that unlocks an open spot for us as well as endgame points. Place our boulevard. And while getting resources is great, so are points. And placing there gives us 2, 4, 6 points for placing that. 3, 6. And it's a second one for that. Third one for that, sorry. All right, now we're going to build. We're going to build there, I think. I mean, I could build the corner. Oh, that's actually interesting. So I think actually I might build the corner. And the reason for that is I drop on the Serta track if I build that one. But that one I would bump on the Serta track. That just makes more sense. Never mind, I'll take the green one. So I will build that there. Even though it's a pink, I could build the level 2, but I don't want to. So I will take the green and the pink, and I get a Serta track bump. And by doing that, the lowest point value now shown is 7. And it uncovered that, so that's going to be another bump there and 7 points. There we go. Bueno. All right. So we drew a pink and a pink. All right. Cool. His turn. Flip. All right. He's going to place an intersection. All right. So he tries to build on one of the street crossings adjacent to his meeple after he moves. So he wants to go onto his own intersection. He doesn't have any out there. The next is where he would be able to build a building. Okay. From where he is, yes, yes, cannot go there, and yes, would be able to build. So all three are viable. So left, up, or right. And starting it down. So no, and then clockwise, he will go to there. All right, so now building the intersection. He wants to build adjacent to his meeple, never builds underneath his meeple, always builds the intersection that rewards him the most total adjacent benefits. Okay, so he will never build where he is, and the quantity of benefits. Building here would get him 1 benefit, that is 3 points. Building here would get him 2 benefits. Building here would get him 1 benefit. And building here would get him 2 benefits, because those are coins, and each individual coin is a benefit, because remember, coins, he gets 3 points. Okay? So, again, remember, he's looking straight down. Is that viable for yes? So therefore, he will take that. He will put his intersection there. He will get 2 benefits, which is 2 coins. Each coin is 3 points. 3, 4, 5, 6. Done. Okay. And now he will build. Lay down. There you go. Where is he building? Where is viable? Oh, I forgot to put the meeples down. Durr. Okay. Blue and blue. Sorry. I'm like, wait, this something isn't adding up. Oh, okay, my bad. Okay. So he can build. He cannot build there. He cannot overbuild there. He cannot overbuild there because it's 2 blues, but he can build there, so he will do so. And those are 2 of any color, so it'll be there. He will bump on the Serta track. That goes there. Take his ownership marker. That's another bump on the Serta track. 2 blue. So we have that. That covers that. Lowest point value is 8. 3, 8. All right, he's done. Okay. Yeah, diagonals are one space unless there's a road in between, I believe, right? Let me double check that. I believe so, yeah. So, yeah, I am. That is correct. All right, yeah, it's one spot along diagonal roads, exactly. Yep, you nailed it, Alyssa. All right, so we're up. We have 2 pink. I think I'm going to get one more turn. So, I would drop, that would give me that. That just offsets that. Building is nice, but I don't know if it's vital. A boulevard, getting that out. Oh, that seems really good now. Right there. But I wouldn't be able to build. Oh, I would, because it's pink. And, all right. So that top row makes sense. So if I were to place here, I wouldn't be able to build. I think those are the 2 that make the most sense. Is it worth the 1 penalty? I think so. I think so. Hold on. I really want to put out a cobblestone because this way it'll give me the in-game scoring for corner buildings. So I can do this a couple of ways. I could do the trolley action. But I want it. Boulevard. There's so much I want to do. Oh, you know what? If I want corner buildings, this makes sense right here. That'll work. So I pay $1 to do this. Done. Even though I won't get the trolley action, I think it's still worth it. Yeah. Now, I can bump one of mine up. Yeah, I got it. So I'm going to choose to spend 2 cloth to bump that one up. Done. That was this action. Now, that one will let me put out another cobblestone. The cobblestone will then go there, which will give me another in-game scoring tile, which will be the corner building scoring. That's intersections. Then this will slide in there, which will cost me my 1 cloth. And then finally, because I placed here, I've now done that and I've done that. but I also get 3 points and a cloth. Cloth and 3 points. And finally, I'll build a corner. And I will go ahead and build it right there. I will place the ownership marker, green and pink. And that'll be 8 points. 2, that's 7, 8. Cool, that works. Hey, Derek. All right, so I got a pink and a green. All right, his turn. He will prioritize his own intersection. Boop. When he moves onto his own intersection, he then gets what? Let me see. Yeah, he actually doesn't get anything for that. Okay. You got a blue and a green, so the blue on top. And, oh, forgot to flip again. Okay. He's going to place a cobblestone, his first one. When he does so, the priority is, the hierarchy is left to right. So, Sagrada, a free tile, a bump up on the tile, 2 resources, 2 resources. You get the idea, okay? So, let's take a look. Can he get a Sagrada? Let's see, it's all of these. Not the diagonals, though. So no, he cannot. The next is, can he get a free tile? No, he cannot. The next one is, can he get a free bump? The answer is, no, he cannot. Can he get 2 resources? Yes, he can. And there's only one option, so he's going to choose that. Which, again, that's 2 resources, so he gets 6 points. Done. And now, can he build? He can build. He has 2 options to be able to build, it looks like. He can overbuild there, and he can overbuild there, because both of those would be a level 4 building. And the priority, if I assume, is the arrow. Let me double check. They're both going to be blue, so there's that. Pointing from his yeah, yep. So, starting at the left, so let's see, here, and going up, so it's going to be this one. Oops, there we go. So, getting all that stuff, he's going to get 2 Sagrada bumps, 7 points, and he does not go down on the Certa track because he cheats. So 2 Sagrada Familia. So that means he's going to get this, which is going to be 10 points. I will give him those in a minute. 17 points so far. So that, and that. And in case it mattered, his goes on top. So technically they're supposed to be stacked, but again, because y'all are watching. Makes sense. All right, so here we go. Putting out 2 blue, 1, 2, and a green. Lowest point value that we can see is a 10 plus the 10 plus the 7. That's 27 points. Good Lord. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And 20 is 103. Okay. Wow, that's a lot of points. Whew. Well done, you. All right. Sheesh. Well, the good news is we at least got one more turn out of this round to be able to maybe build a fourth, if not somehow figure out a way to build our fifth boulevard. That would be nice. Okay. So, our turn, we have pink and green. So if I trigger the end by using a blue, are there any blues on the board? There are none. Okay, so I'm not going to be able to keep him from taking another turn, unfortunately. Pink and green. And I would like to get 2 Serta bumps and a boulevard. Unfortunately, Serta bumps, boulevard. Building here, I have no coins. And that wouldn't work anyways because there's no citizens. Okay, can't build there. I can't get another boulevard out because it's diagonal, unfortunately. But I could get 2 Serta bumps. But if I were to go there, no building. Interestingly, if I were to go anywhere in this, I have 1 claw to be able to push the penultimate one up. Do I like any of those tiles? Not really. So actually, I don't want to take a scoring tile right now because honestly, I don't like any of those. Adjacent narrow roads, adjacent buildings, max of 5 coins in intersections. None of those do I want. Okay, so no. And if I don't care about that, the 2 Serta bumps I really do want. So maybe a cobblestone and a boulevard makes sense even, and I forego the building. A trolley would allow us to do one of those things as well, and we have the cloth to be able to put. Oh boy. I think I forego the building, and this is just too good for me. So I'm actually going to put the green on top. There. So it's a boulevard and a cobblestone. And the cobblestone will go ahead and get me 2 on the Serta track. And that gets us to the top of it. If I were to ping it, I get 2 points each. Placing the boulevard. I mean, I do have for adjacent boulevard, it's a non-decision. That's going to be 8 points for that. 4, 8. So now I've maxed one of those, and I am close to maxing the others. So that seems okay. And that's it. That's my turn. No building, right? Because you must build if you can. Here, let me see. These, oh, I can build. It's not ideal, honestly, but I have to because it's going to drop me down on the Serta track, but I have to. Yeah, it's the only viable building spot. So it would be overbuilding on that, and I have to because there's a pink available. So, oh well. So that's going to be 1 on the Sagrada Familia track, down 1 on the Serta track, boo. It takes this and this. I mean, it's points. I'm not, you know, that's great, but it costs me more points, I think. Maybe not, actually. So lowest one now is 11. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, this isn't so bad, actually. I just realized, because I missed this. Boop. Gets me my bump back. Yeah. There we go. And 11 points. There we go. Oh, that worked out. I forgot about that one. Yay. Awesome. All right. And now what did we draw? We drew a blue and a green. All right, his turn. Prioritizes intersections, no. So someplace that would be a viable build. I don't think there is one. There might be one there, but we don't know. It would have to be pink. We don't know, so I would say there's no viable building spots. If there's a tie between if there are no suitable street crossings for Gowdy's meeple to move on, because, I mean, let's look. No. Maybe, but no. No. And no. Okay. Check 2 spaces away. Okay, so 2 would be here. Again, same rule, no. 2 is there, no. 2 is here, no. 2 here is no. 2 there is no, and 2 there is no, and no. So now we go out 3 spaces. 3 spaces. The only viable is 4 away. I mean, you keep going, right? If far away is necessary. Okay. So there are only citizens there and there. So if there are only citizens there, and he specifically needs a pink there, 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 or there, those are not viable. This or this are the only viable for a corner for him there. And this one is closer. That's 3 versus 4. That tells me his meeple is moving right there. Okay. That feels right. Again, as long as you're not trying to cheat, then, all right, he did draw a pink, but as it is, we couldn't have known that. He could have drawn 2 green. So he will put that there. Again, flip, forgot. Okay. So he's going to do the trolley action for the first time. So his trolley comes out and places next passenger. So here and there. Prioritizing his own streets that would gain him the most points. I would argue that would be where he would want to go, because that would give him 2 points. That would give him 1, that would give him 1. Yeah, so that'll give him 2 points for that. Places passenger, but instead of performing the action, deal a new card and perform the action on that card. Okay. And in fact, it shows that. Okay. So flip another card. All right. When he runs out, then obviously it says flip another card. You're going to shuffle his deck. This one is... he builds a public service building. The most expensive left to right. Okay. So, most expensive is going to be this one. Left to right. They're all 3s because I haven't bought any. He's going to score 10 points and get 2 bumps on the Serta track to start. So 10 puts him there and 2 bumps there. And then this will just go there. Instead of performing the action on the tile, deal a new card and do it again. Wow, so he's getting 3 turns. So that's the entire deck we've gone through. All right. Okay. All right, and we'll cut. Okay. All right. There we go. So he gets 1 bump on the Sagrada Familia, and the leftmost will bump up. Okay, so he will move there, and the leftmost that's not pushed, there. Done. Oh, interesting for the trolley. Let me see. Adjacent to his meeple with no other passengers. Fair point. I don't know the direction that it was. So I'm going to actually put him there because that's what it is right now, and back him up 2 points. Okay, that's fair point. It's always adjacent to where his meeple is, prioritizing his streets. Fair enough. Yep. Good call, Bart. Good call. Thank you. All right, so he has finished his turn. No more flipping on his. It's our turn. He didn't. Oh, no, 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 no. Back up, back up, back up. I apologize. He has to build. So he will build a corner. Taking those. He will get another bump on the Serta track, so we both max that. And that will trigger the end of the round. Boo. That'll get him 11 points. 124. And that's the end of the round. So we will score this. So his, again, is 4 times 2 times 3. Ugh. So we're both at 4 for the multiplier. I'll go ahead and reset those. So 4 times 2, and then, so 4 times 2 is 8, and then he multiplies by 3. That's his base number, so that's 24 points he gets. Make it 23, and that is 48. He's almost, yeah. Us, on the other hand, we have placed 4, 8 times 4, 32, 15, and 17. Okay. All right, we have scored that. We now wipe those. We move and then reset that. Yep, okay. So those go away, which I'm glad because wasn't a fan of any of those. That is buildings, non-corners, in which yours is the bottom marker. Bottom marker meaning any that were overbuilt. So we each have one of those for what it's, well, I have 1, 1, 2. That's kind of crappy. That is buildings with intersections, or intersections that are surrounded by 3 buildings, adjacent 3 buildings. Narrow streets, just out there, period, and cobblestones. None of those are terribly sexy. I'm going to go ahead and shuffle up the others too real quick because I know I'm going to try and build at least one of them, if not both. So they're somewhat shuffled. There we go. All right, final round. Our turn. We have blue and green. I do definitely want to build here at some point. And there's only one left there, so I think I need to prioritize that. I don't care about putting roads out anymore. I do care about pushing those up. And I'm pretty sure that this does not intersect with that. Okay. But the trolley does. I need to be able to get 2 cloth. Hold on. I don't have a coin, so I can't go there. Let me put those out. At least there's that. You know what? Is it worth giving him 3 points? Because that would give me Looking for 2 cloth. I see. Ah, there it is. I think so. Wouldn't build. That's the only downside. And but going here, an intersection would give me at least a cloth. And 3 points. Oh boy. But the problem is I would need 2 cloth to be able to bump that. Where is it? There. Because I really want to be able to be, that's too many points to pass up. I think I put it here no matter what. And the color, green, you know what? We'll go there. I will start with the intersection. Oh, I can't because I don't have the coin. Son of a. Oh. I mean, if I were to go there, it's not the end of the world. Get me 2 bumps on, yeah. You know what? Let's just not overthink this. I want the blue one on top. Yeah, done. So 2 bumps and 2 coins. There and there. Don't want to overthink it when I've been silent for 10 minutes. That's funny, Eddie. All right. So now I can build. I will build a corner. We'll build the corner right here using that and that. An ownership marker. That gets me another Serta bump. Lowest I see is 12. That'll be 12 points. 229. Done. There might have been other ways to do it. 2 blues, okay. But it's what we went with. All right, so he will prioritize his own intersection. No. Avoid mine. And constructing a building. There. That's literally the only place he can move. Yep, it's got to be here, no matter what. Okay, we'll flip his card. A blue and a pink. And he is placing a cobblestone. All right, let's go through the priorities. Sagrada, yes, he can. That's gonna hurt. Done. So he bumps over the layer there. Pretty sure he gets his last one. That's 18 points. Ouch. One, 2, 5, 10, 15, and one more. 166. Okay. And now he builds the corner. It's the only one he can build. He will build that using this and this. He marks it, gets a Sagrada bump, or a Serta bump, sorry. That goes there. And 13. By the way, this 20 that's there is if in the odd case that all those get filled. So it's possible, I suppose. So 13 points, 3 and 79. He is done. All right. We have 2 blues. Obviously, building helps. We have coins. I need bumps on that. Let me see. Two bumps on the Serta track is nice. And just forego building. I really want to get that pushed up. It's in 2 hours, Marcus. What one? All of a sudden, you know what? I think I will do this. It might or might not be the best move, but I paid the buck. There. Cloth and 3 points for that one. Where am I? There. Done. I will go and get a bump here. Yeah, I'm not going to. That's the only. Yeah, I will do this one, which is a cloth. So done. And then a cobblestone. And, right, cobblestone. Stay on target. I think placing 2 roads, which maybe sets me up for this because he won't do it. So I like that idea. So that's going to be placing 2 narrow roads. And by placing 2 narrow roads will get me another Serta bump. I need, yeah, I think I forego a couple of points for cloth and cloth. And that will be 1, 2 points. But I get the cloth that I need now to be able to or at least most of that. So 2 points. And then build. I'm just trying to eat up citizens at this point, so he can't build. I can build right there, so I will. I must, I would argue. It's not going to help for endgame scoring for that, but hey, that's my last one. That goes, that's a blue and a pink. 13 is still the lowest that I can see. 1, 11, 13. Draw 2 citizen. Why couldn't he have built that corner? 2 pinks. All right, so he will prioritize his intersection there. Yeah, I know. Same here, Rocky. He got a blue and a green. And he will take Oh, right. He will take the far right one. Oh! Oh, that's dirty. Oh, you are a terrible, terrible human. Oh. Oh, well. At this point, fair enough. I messed that up. All of a sudden, that Serta one's not too bad. And this will go to the far right. Okay, done. Oh, that was dirty. That's the one I wanted. But at least I got the Serta one because I'm pushing up that track. And then building, he cannot. Because there's 2 blue there. There's one, no, he can't build. All right. Thanks, Barton. Roswitha. My bad. All right, our turn. So I would like a cloth. In a perfect world, a cloth. Going on that row somewhere, getting me a cloth would be great. I don't see any cloth on the board anymore. There's just victory points. No. So it'd have to be on the diagonal, and I can't place where I'd want to, which is that. That is the perfect spot. Oh, hold on. If I were to go here, maybe that's not so bad. Because then I would have enough cloth and I would get, yeah, this seems good. Because I can't build anymore. What happens if you run out of ownership markers? I just realized. Huh. Anybody know the answer to that? Oh. Wait. No. Yeah, does anybody know the answer to that? Think you still build, you just don't mark it? Okay. All right, well, I'm going to take 2 coins, and then I'm going to get a public service, so I'm going to spend the 3rd one there. And... oh, no. I would need 1 more coin to do that. Oh, it doesn't work. I'm a coin short. Never mind. Because that, you don't pay the cloth, but I still would need to pay the coin. And I don't have the coin. So we're not going to go there. Boo. A coin and 4 cloth. That doesn't work to go there. If I were to go here, take that, I could place it there. Let's try that, and then we overbuild. And now I'll get resources. It's going to cost me some bumps. Oh, this could, oh, that would be my last turn if I did that. Ah, no, I don't want to do that. I need one more action after that. Oh, you know what? This is going to be my last turn no matter what. Okay. Then in that case, I am going to do that. Yep. Okay. So that's a trolley and take. I will take this one. And place that there. And then the trolley action, I'm allowed to move up to 2 spaces. And if you move on your own roads, it doesn't count as one of the spaces. I need to do that action, I think. Which I can, because I have 3 cloth. Yeah, I think I just move 1. It's not terribly exciting, but that's okay. So the passenger is going to cost 1, and to do the action is going to cost 2 more. So there's 3 done. And we place passenger there. And now we build. If we can, we must. Right there, so that'll be an overbuild. The overbuilding is going to be 2 on the Sagrada Familia track. Done. So I'm going to get that. 7 points plus more, so 7. 3, 7. And unfortunately, I do that, but I think we'll be okay with that. And then we take that, that, and that. That'll be there, there, and there. Lowest point total we see is 16. 1, 5, 10, 15. I dropped 2, but now I will take that one, which is 4 points, and the Serta track, which gets us back up to 3 and 4 points. Done. All right, so that triggered the end of the game. However, you always take the same amount of turns, so he will take his final turn. So he flips. And then where will he move? Avoid, or he'll go to his own intersections. No. Priority for building. So let's see. No. Don't know, so no. No. And no. Okay. So now we go 2 away. Don't know. Can't. Don't know. Can't. No. Okay, let's figure out where he could build. So the citizens are there, there, and there, and that's it. I don't think he can build. Because that's maxed and that's maxed. So we can't build, so these spots are completely done. Same with this, that's done. That only has 2. The only possible maybe places he could build are those 5. So let's look here. Huh, this is an interesting edge case, I feel like. Always tries to construct a building. Yeah, he just won't build this turn. Okay. Oh, yeah. Hold on. Let me look at that, Bart. Oh, we do the final scoring before his turn. Okay. Okay. So, before his turn, we do this. Thanks for catching that. So he's going to be at 1 times 2 times 3. So that's 6 points. Ours, on the other hand, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Times 2 is 20. Times 3 is 60. That'll do. 60 and 74 is 134. Somebody's closer. Good call. All right. All right. So now it's his turn. But anyway, he can't build. We've established that. So that's done. So if he can't build, where do we select his crossing? Moves it adjacent without citizens. So then I guess we just follow the arrow in that case if he can't build. So just straight up left and clockwise from there. Well, he can't there, but he could there. Okay. Wait. Did I math wrong? It's entirely possible. Blue will be on top of pink, and that will be there, so he can't build. So he will go there. All right, hold on. It's 3 times 2 is 6. That's 30. I gave myself 30 points too many. All right, yep, math. Thanks for checking me. Appreciate it. Jeez. Big dumb marine. All right, so his action will be to place 2 row ads. Prioritizing spaces with benefits, so he will get 3 points and 3 points. So 6 points there. And then he will leftmost there. Done. All right, now we go into final scoring. He prioritizes constructing a building on his final turn, but he couldn't. He scores points for the number of the cobblestones, passengers. He ignores the scoring condition on his tiles. Instead, for each modernism tile on the board, he receives victory points equal to the tile multiplied by the position of the marker. Oh, so it's the same as it was for Certa scoring. Okay. So he's going to score 2 points and 1 point. That's a total of 3. And then 2 times 1 times 3 is 6 for this one. 3 times 1 times 3, 9 for that. A total of 15 points for his tiles there. So 5, 10, 15, back 1. He scored 209. I feel like I should have played a higher difficulty. Our turn for final scoring. We get 7 and 5 for 12. 1, 10, 11, 12. And then, this is the best I've ever done on this. Let's see how we do. This is going to be 4 points for every Serta where we are. So 4 times 3 is 12. 2 to 28. 4 for every boulevard that's adjacent. So that's 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 16. Back 1. 9 points for each corner that's on a block. However, it's only 1 per block. 1, 2, 3, 4 times 9 is 18, 36, 35 now. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. And finally, 6 points for each of these that we have. 6. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 24 points. Almost lapped him. $304 to $209. We whooped his butt. There you go. That was too easy for final scoring. Could have been the way it worked out as far as the tiles and stuff. But let me talk about how it scales. So it could be to where it's 4 points for every resource he gets. That would be the hard difficulty and other stuff. If Gowdy reaches the final space of the Sagrada Familia track, every further advance him gets him that 2, 3, or 4 depending on difficulty, which that was moot, so that wouldn't have made it harder for it. Start the game with Gowdy's first intersection tile, cobblestone tile, and passenger removed from the player board, but not placed out there, just one less. Okay? And finally, the last thing you can do is when Gowdy takes an improve modernism space, he moves his rightmost instead of his leftmost marker from the bottom position up. Okay. Oh. So, in other words, instead of moving that up first, then that, going this way would make it more difficult. That makes sense. Okay. Thanks, babe. Kyle's going to be here shortly. So, Kyle, come on over for Laguna. Yeah, so easy to run. It's complex from just make sure you're going through all the steps, right? Because I'm having to do that for 2 players instead of just 1. And you don't have anybody here to check your work. Like, oh, did I forget to? I think I did pretty good overall on that, but it's just a lot to remember on that. Also, I set a little reminder for myself that Gowdy's rewards, I set it at 3 points, so I just did that to remind myself. So that's pretty good. Overall, it's really simple to run it. Obviously, ran into a couple spots to where I'm like, oh, he's not going to be okay, and trying to figure out where he moves to or that. But that's pretty standard, I think, for running an AI deck like we did. It's relatively simple, and it feels just like playing a 2-player game. Other than I'm making them move, I'm having to run through the steps myself. So yeah, recommended. I thought that was cool. That was good. So well done, Danny and Board Dice. I wanted to talk about the scaling. I played it now a couple of times, 3 players. I played it once, twice, and now I played it once solo, twice. I think 2 is the best player count from my experience. 3 wasn't bad, mind you. I really like the 2-player game of this. So if you're looking for a 2-player game, absolutely recommended. The solo feels like a 2-player game, other than the mental headspace, just having to calculate stuff for the bot. So it feels like a 2-player. And 2-player, it plays excellent. It really does. I really have enjoyed my two-player games of it. Yeah. Haven't played it 4, but from what I've heard, 4 is probably the weakest of the player counts. From you can get kind of stuck and railroaded a bit as far as building. But that's just all on hearsay. So take that with a grain of salt. But 2 and 3, yeah, good. Definitely can recommend, especially at 2-player. And effectively solo. So that's it. That is, I keep wanting to call it Sagrada because it's Sagrada Familia track, but that is Barcelona. So big thanks to Derek for letting me bum his copy so we could stream this to you, or for you, so appreciate that. Thanks to all y'all that watched. Hopefully you enjoyed it, and appreciate the support from the patrons. If you're not, consider supporting the show over on patreon.com/HCHQ. Like, subscribe. About half y'all aren't subscribed. I don't understand why not, but just hit the button. You don't want to be notified when we go live? Don't hit the bell, but you can. And give us a thumb, because that helps. Costs nothing. Bloop, done. So I'd appreciate it. I'll be back here in about 45 minutes or so with 2-player Laguna with Kyle. And then after that, Mr. President unboxing. So really appreciate the support. Thanks for watching, y'all. See y'all shortly. Bye, y'all. We whooped them. I mean, wasn't even close.